Brendan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
Brendan, first and foremost, let's just talk about this season experience, because I like to start there a lot with these student athletes. Being one of the underclassmen, there's obviously a lot of senior leadership on this team and a lot of good quality senior leadership at that, too. What are some of the biggest things you've learned from some of these upperclassmen going into this season?
Well, they taught me how to see the field better. You gotta be nice out there.
When you look at some of the ways that you've kind of grown this season and grown in the experience, what do you think is your biggest growth point?
I would say my hitting. I feel like I hit a lot better this year. They helped me get in a better stance when I hit.
Was there anything changing in the swing mechanics that you did with that, or was the swing staying pretty solidly the same? You mentioned the batting stance. Was there anything else you found yourself changing to that approach?
So when I would load, I would like kind of bounce up and then come back down, so that would level me off of the ball. So they want me to stay in a good position and just go forward.
When you think about personal goals that you set for this year, what were some personal goals that you had for yourself?
I would say probably one of my personal goals is to just get a start on varsity. I thought that was really nice.
When you go into a season like this too, and I mean just competing for that start on varsity too, what are some things that you kind of tell yourself to keep yourself calm and composed, especially on the mound when you go into tough situations?
I would just say relax, trust your defense, try to get ground balls, and just let the defense do their job.
And we know that pitchers are so routine based. Go through your game day routine, especially when you're going to be on the mound.
So I would go out, I would do a really good stretch, then I would go play some toss, and then after that I would go get on the bands, stretch out my shoulders, and then toss in the bullpen.
Would you say there is a preferred sunflower seed and Gatorade combination, or one or the other that works and gives you some sort of special magic on game day?
I would say the light blue Gatorade is my favorite. I love it, and my favorite seeds probably the Taco Bell ones.
When when you're in when you're in the pitcher's mound, excuse me, and you're kind of the ups and downs of baseball, what keeps you kind of mentally level, mentally even?
I just tell myself, don't worry about it. Get to the next pitch. Make sure it's good.
And all the coaches that you've had and the coaching experiences that you've had with coaches over the years, what is some of the best advice or something that a coach said to you that really stands out in your mind?
I think this year, Coach Byler would say, if you can't win that first inning, then you go out and then make sure the other team does not win that inning. Make sure that if we get a zero, make sure they get a zero. Don't let them win.
And then also, the mindset when you guys score and you have to have a shutdown inning, does the mindset change based on when the offense scores and when the offense doesn't on how you pitch?
Nope. I just go out there and do what I do.
Being that you pitched a phenomenal game last night, because I want to go into last night's game a little bit. It was a big game against a Falcons team that was looking to come away with a conference championship, and you were tasked to go on the mound. You go 7 innings strong and get the win. What was working for you in last night's start, and what was your kind of mentality going in the game, knowing that this team's trying to compete for a conference championship?
Well, my fastball and curveball were definitely on, but I made sure to keep my confidence up so that I can throw great strikes and then get this game over.
All right, talk about this Howland community and what makes you so proud to represent it every day.
They're very supportive, and that is a good thing because then it boosts my confidence.
Is there kind of one player on this team right now, upperclassmen, that you kind of look up to or you kind of ask questions or find yourself talking to a lot, just asking for advice?
Yes, I look up to Braden Gephardt. He is a great ball player. He's committed to YSU, and that's a good thing for him. And I look up to him. I ask him a lot of questions, and he tells me the best things to do on the field.
We talked about the advice that you've gotten from the coaches. What advice has Gebhardt given you personally that has changed your strength as a player?
When you aren't getting the calls from an umpire, don't let that bring you down. Keep up and keep throwing.
Okay, we got to ask too because the bat was working last night as well too. You didn't just have it on the mound; you had it with the bat as well. What's the go-to bat, or what's your favorite bat that you've ever had in your career?
That is a great question. I would say probably this year's bat. I really like it. I had it last year as well. But that first year, you got to break it in, and then the second year, it gets hotter.
Shout
All right,
out to Fran. What is it? What's the bat?
It is the Louisville Meta Power.
free marketing for Louisville Slugger out there.
Sponsored by Brendan. They're
No,
gonna say Brendan Rice wings this bat too. Get the Louis.
we're talking about the bat. We might as well talk about the glove. And I know there's a special relationship between baseball players and their glove. What about yours?
Well, I just keep it simple. Get a nice glove. I got a Rawlings.
Do you have multiple gloves, or are you one that just kind of sticks with one throughout the season, one or two, or do you have a wide range and a collection of gloves like we see some players have?
I do have my pitching glove, and then I have a first baseman's glove.
All right, talk about playing first versus pitching and trying to take the pride in your defense when you're on first base. How much pride do you take in that defensive position as first baseman?
I do take in a pretty good amount of pride.
When you're playing with such a strong support system, and I mean you had a strong support system there for you last night, cheering you on. How much do you think that helps you on the mound, keep you relaxed, and just keep you motivated to keep going?
It does help a lot. It made me feel a lot better when I was a little down.
All right, Brendan, let's get to some rapid fire questions. Get to know you a little bit off the field since we've gotten to know you so well on the field throughout your success this season. I'm going to start with what motivates you the most as a player?
That is a good question. I would say my parents. They motivate me well. We have a batting cage at home, and they make sure I work all the time in it.
Is there one motivational quote that sticks with you the most?
Ooh, that's a great question, but I do not think I have one.
What is your biggest key to facing adversity in baseball?
I would say work hard because I am not that big of a kid at the moment, but I would just say work hard and do not listen to others.
If we're going to give you a time machine, would you want to go forward in time or back in time?
I would like to go back in time.
All right. If you were going to go back in time, what era would you want to go to?
Probably the 2000s.
If you could have dinner with anybody, living or dead, who would you want to have a dinner with?
I would like to have a dinner with Randy Johnson.
Who is your favorite professional player? It could be baseball, just professional athlete.
Probably Randy Johnson.
There you go. Double it on Randy. What's the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you?
Say that again?
What is the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you?
I would say probably help me out when I'm mowing the lawn. They would tell me if I miss a section.
There you go. What was one of your childhood fears?
Ooh, probably spiders.
Do you still have it?
Yes.
Yes.
Big time.
If you could afford any car, what car would you want to buy?
Probably a Corvette.
Do you have a favorite color that you'd want a car in? Like Corvettes are good in red. That's my opinion, but I don't know about you.
I'd probably keep it simple and go with a good old black.
There you go. What animal would you have as a pet if you could have any animal as a pet?
I'd probably have a dog.
What mythical creature do you wish was real?
Probably a griffin.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Not at the moment. I love a lot of movies though. I like watching them a lot.
It's a tough question. I wouldn't be able to answer it. It's what was the last movie you watched in the theater?
Probably Spider-Man: No Way Home.
What was the last show you binge watched on Netflix or another streaming service?
Cobra Kai.
What fictional death hit you the hardest?
I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. I don't think I have an answer though. Sorry.
Who is your favorite superhero?
Probably Spider-Man.
Who is your real life hero?
My dad.
What has been the best friendship in your life?
Probably my best friend, Marco.
And if we were to ask someone to describe you in 3 words, what 3 words do you hope that they would use?
Well, hopefully they would say athletic, handsome, and smart.
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Before we let you go, though, we do want to give you the chance to give a shout out to your support system, the people that are always there for you, and the people that you wouldn't be where you are in your journey right now without.
I would say thank you to my coaches, my teammates, and my pitching coach, Coach Bacho.
All right, Brendan, once again, thank you so much for coming on with us and talking to us about your season. We wish
Thank
you the
you for
best of
having
luck
me.
the rest of the way, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right. Bye-bye.